And Bob, you want to stick around? Stick around here because we are now going to call up our second extremely talented producer. He's the producer of Dark Nights of Grafton. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to introduce Aaron Bissell, everybody.
Yeah.
Aaron, welcome.
Hey. Hi.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Hey.
I was told we had to be nice to you, so I'm just saying hi.
How you doing, Aaron?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
This is a song we picked for you.
Awesome. I love it.
Is there some significance?
No.
No, I like it though.
What movie was this from?
You think?
Oh, come on, you're a movie man.
I recognize it.
What name an actor in it?
Saving Private Ryan.
No, it's not a horror, so right? Because you're really a horror guy. You're not into
Psychological thriller.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, psychological thriller.
Yeah.
You're not into like The Graduate. You know, that was Dustin Hoffman's The Graduate.
I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. Right, but if that was a horror movie song, you probably name that right off. Go, yeah, that's what's his name and such and such.
Oh, yeah.
Recorded on this thing. As Bob explains, you like horror movies.
I do.
Yes,
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
And you're an intense horror movie director. In fact, before we go any further, we have a clip.
Okay.
And it's a good idea to take a look at the clip. That way you get an idea of the type of work that Aaron does do. So Aaron, before we play the clip, anything you'd like to say about this clip?
Just enjoy it. I mean, I don't like to give away, details. I like people to just kind of watch it. And
So take it for the ride.
yeah.
Here
Just
it
enjoy
is.
it.
Roll that
Check it
beautiful
out.
footage.
Beautiful.
And I'm the Nunella, and I have the money.
It is Jean-Jacques Pierre-Marie.
All right, Jean-Jacques, I gotta go in town. I gotta meet the buyer.
Jean-Jacques Pierre-Marie.
I
You are going where?
gotta go into town and meet the buyer. We got the kid now.
No, you are going to leave me here with him. I will go to meet the buyer.
You cannot speak English in a
You are wearing that stupid hat. You can use the phone to call your father if you want.
Hello?
You'll be interested to know that your father is searching for you. But don't even think of escaping.
What are you doing?
Very good, very good.
Oh, thank you very much.
Did you bring your shovel?
No.
You like the blunt force traumas, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I love the good bashing. Love it.
That's wonderful. I mean, when you're, what got you into doing this?
Filmmaking or just like
Yeah, the
movie
filmmaking, the whole craft.
When I was, I've always been fascinated by film. Even when I was really little, I used to just love a good movie, and I'm like, I want to do this stuff. And so I had this little camera on top of my computer. I used to jump around in front of it, and people were getting really bored by those. And
oh sure.
And of course, who wouldn't get bored by that? And
Aaron's jumping again.
What's new? Yeah. And then people just started to get involved with them, and then. With thriller and horror making, it was after I saw Misery. Kathy Bates, James Caan.
Yeah.
After I said, geez, I love this kind of intense,
Rob Reiner.
Yeah. And then but I don't know, just something clicked with me with thriller. I loved the whole thing of being on the edge of my seat.
Not Thriller, the Michael Jackson video.
No.
Just okay. It was just
thriller genre.
You like Thriller, which I thought was
Well,
good, though,
I
to
like
be
that
honest
music
with you.
video.
John Landis, that was one of his greatest piece of work. Other than American Werewolf in London, of course. But
Thriller is about my speed because,
yeah.
American Werewolf in London was a great movie. Oh, it was wonderful. The very first American Werewolf in London was a great movie.
And
John
they picked this guy from the, what was it, the Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yeah, right,
to be
right.
the lead.
Yeah.
Not
See where his hand is
something.
stretching out,
Yeah.
screaming, ah!
Yeah. I mean,
Show that to turn into Werewolf Hurts.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of fun.
it would, yeah. I mean, for me, the whole, and also another thing about me is that I don't really like werewolves and vampires.
Yeah, so you know,
I
don't go down
find
that
films
road.
with insane, like Psycho.
Yeah.
And, where you have insane people, or like the movie The Strangers. I like that, the realism.
Yeah.
In Psycho, I guess, is the perfect example of what I love.
I do.
Because it
I
seemed
know
like it could
exactly what
happen,
you mean.
and the whole thing about, Hitchcock's a complete genius. Of
Oh,
course.
Hitchcock was good with the thriller, but not so much with the horror.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He
but
did
Hitchcock
thriller.
was psychological.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
I guess and there is a difference between
There is.
thriller and horror.
Yes.
And you're not a
Maybe.
horror guy, you're a thriller.
Yeah. I do like a good horror movie, good blood and gore. I like that.
But
once
as
in
a
while.
director and a writer,
But
you
yeah, I
like to do
prefer
thrillers
Yeah, definitely.
over the horror.
Yeah.
Where does the line change between thriller and
I
horror?
would say
though?
like
Help me on that.
I would say like thriller is more like about real people and insane people and things that can really happen, and horror movies are more like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, that kind of unrealistic stuff. That's what I think. But
I don't think it's unrealistic for a man to be molesting children, then to be burned to death by parents, only to come back in dreams. You find that unrealistic? What's the matter with you?
coming back in the nightmares is a bit unrealistic. The thing about Hitchcock is that you really have to pay attention and you have to be,
Is he so he's one of your main influences in this
Definitely.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
What's your thought of that right back
like
there?
that.
What's your first thought when you see this?
Well, I think of like little fish. You know what I mean? Like circle, like in the middle, like a little fish, or maybe water. I don't know.
What do you see, Bob, when you look at this? Your Rorschach test.
He's the only
Bob,
man.
when you look into the light.
He's the only man who's ever aced the Rorschach test.
A sea anemone.
So you're into lighting and stuff.
Sure. I mean, I don't know much about it, but it is one of the things that I think about it.
I'm a big fan of the 40s film noir.
Okay.
Like the Maltese Falcon, all the strange angles and the dark lits, and I really like that style. I thought that was really.
What's that a style that just someone didn't know what they were doing?
What's the difference between
I always wondered that,
What's the difference between a genre and a
You
noir?
call it a style,
Just a person just goofing around.
That's what they called it, I guess. But no. I mean, one person probably did it the first time, and somebody went, "Ooh, that's
and
cool.
they copied
I'll do it." Yeah.
But it was a mistake.
But I don't know. But it's weird angles, dark lighting, that type of stuff. I really thought when you took some of the suspense and crime stories back in those days and put them into that style, they really worked well.
Yeah. The closest thing I've actually seen to like what you're talking about, I guess I always now I'm gonna say noir wrong, I know, but the Terminator I thought was kind of part noir, because of like
The very first one.
The first one,
Okay.
yeah, James
Cameron,
yeah. And because of the setting, the city with the dark, lit streets, and I would say
Then
that's
go
the
back and
closest.
see some of those old films,
I should,
like Casablanca, like God, I can't think, Maltese Falcon, that type of thing. Go back and look at them and check out their camera angles and their lighting situations there. They really set the atmosphere for the movie.
But that's what I've seen like tons and tons of films, and I think having the influence of films helps.
So when you watch films, you watch it as a student. Go, I like that camera
Yeah.
angle. I like how
Yeah.
he paced that scene.
Yeah, oh
I
definitely.
like how he lit that
The
that
music
emotion.
is one of my main things. I love
Oh, the
scoring.
music.
I love like the
Do you
score.
play any instruments? Do you play any music?
No, I hope to learn the harmonica. But
Oh, the harmonica?
Yeah.
Just put your lips on it and suck and blow. That's it. That's it. Did you hear about the guy who chopped off his arm?
Yeah, in Connecticut.
what?
He had his arm, real quick, a boy chopped off his arm. After returning home from a financial services job at Travelers on June 7th, Mess went into the basement of his West Hartford home to clean the soot out of his boiler, a job he had been doing before his parents came to visit. He reached into the boiler to retrieve a tool he had dropped. His left arm got stuck between the shoulder and elbow. Boy, that's...
Great. Oh,
Anyways, he tried to pull his arm out, but the funnel-like fins of the boiler tightened their grasp. Did you like that, Bob? With his arm stuck, well, I think Bob knows good dictation when you read something. He'll go, that's good. You have talent there.
Well, Bob didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything, which is a good compliment. With his arm stuck, Metz said he could neither sit down or stand up, leaving him in a position that prevented him from being able to rest and think clearly. He was confident that somebody would realize he was missing, but nobody did. Poor kid.
A couple days.
Yeah, a couple days.
I think it was 4.
After 12 hours, here's where it comes a horror movie.
It sounds like Saw so far.
Listen, but after 12 hours, he said he could smell his rotting flesh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's always bad.
Infection was taking over.
And once you smell that,
He decided, it's time to cut it off.
Yeah.
Time to get rid of it.
That sounds like a Saw movie, like your arms are trapped.
Yeah, you're right.
So
here he is. He goes with the deed. He finds like a MacGyver tool and he starts to cut through. Gets through his arms. He's cutting his bones. It's not too bad. Stops.
It's not too bad. This guy is
nerves.
tough.
And if you look at, if you were to cut your arm off, if you ever do so, you'll see like this bundle of nerves. It's almost like spaghetti. Well, he touched that with and it felt like lightning, and he quit. But I'm thinking to myself, after 2 days, you're cutting your arm off? Yeah. Don't you think that's a little too soon? Yeah. Like the dude in the canyon waited 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 days. Hang in there and done the day before you do that.
Yeah, and
I think it was a little too soon, in my opinion.
yeah, he might have. Yeah, he could have waited.
Check it out.
He'd either seen he'd seen too many movies or he'd
story.
seen too many news reports.
Yeah, right.
if he'd waited a few days longer, his arm would have been completely numb, and he would have been able to cut through that.
Even the nurse.
His arm would have numbed out.
So he should have chilled out.
Yeah, he should have just said, you know
Because
what,
they found
my
him 2
arm's
days
stuck in
later.
here. Someone's gonna find me.
Right. They found him a couple of days later. So if he held out, wouldn't have had to do that.
He still might have lost the arm, but he might not have had to do it.
Right,
Exactly.
but yeah, it would be better to have it removed by professionals, I would think.
So too soon?
Too soon.
I-
I agree with you.
I'm not cutting my arm off.
No,
You would
even
never
if
cut
you're
your
at
arm
day
off?
4.
I mean, like,
Even if you're at day 4 and you got your trusty side knife right there, sharp as can be, twinkling in the sun.
that was very poetic.
I see if I could sell one. Well, now that you put it that way.
Yeah, now that you put it that way.
Twinkling in the sun. Give it a few stabs.
If I'm trapped, am I trapped in the sunshine?
Yeah.
Like, why is my
At
glass?
that moment of day.
Why? Oh, okay.
It's
All
a,
right. Well, as long as the knife
The
is
sun's
glistening.
coming through the basement window.
Yeah, and glistening.
Like, off the
Off
blade.
the blade of your knife.
And then I'm automatically
Like one
drawn
beam
to
of
cutting my
sunshine.
arm
Yes,
off.
obvious, get that moment.
Because
Now,
you see the beauty of your weapon.
I see the error in my ways. I should have cut my arm
So
off.
your arm would come off under those circumstances.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
After 12
Absolutely.
The
hours.
shining of the, how can you resist?
After 10 minutes, it's
First of
coming
all,
off.
But then I want to save the arm because I'll send it to Aaron and he'll make a movie out of it.
Yeah, use this as props. Thanks.
just dropping a big bucket
Hey,
of
with my
hounds.
fake arm, Aaron, you can have me in a movie, pretend to cut it off. I'll put like a stub of flesh on it at the end of it. Yeah. All right, well, we are out of time, by the way. We both would like, of course, Bob DeToma, thank you very much for coming on. Aaron Bissell,
No,
Dr. Nice
Dr.
and Grafton,
Grafton.
Bob DeToma, Day Trip to History, and Ask the Geezers. Anything you'd like to say on the out, Bob?
I'm looking for veterans who want to be interviewed on Day Trip to History. So if you want to be interviewed like we did with Rick and with Mr. Josie, please call the studio or get a hold of me at my email address, spooky4747@yahoo.com.
Aaron?
Enjoy my show.
Absolutely. Dark Nights of Grafton.
Look,
Thank you,
we're
guys.
actually rolling them.
Thank you all in the back room. Nice
Thank
job.
you. GT's all around Grafton. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, if not sooner.
Good night,
So
Miss
thank
Bunny.
you.
I love
We'll
you.
see you then.